Greetings. I am Dr. Nanda Gopal. I am here to speak on a NEET exam truth no one is talking about. I had two of my children write exams, NEET exam, 4 years apart. My son wrote 5 years before. My daughter wrote 1 year up before. Different years, different exam centers, but they came back with same sort of experience, same problems. I am not here to criticize anyone or make it a problem, but this appeal, heartfelt appeal to make sure that no more the kids should suffer from a small fault of ours. I am appealing here not to the government, not to the Supreme Court, not to the administrators or the NTA. I am appealing to the people among us, like the professors, assistant professors, invigilators, those who are in the exam center. I am basically appealing to them. Please take care of our kids more humanly. I know it's on a Sunday. It's difficult for the professors and assistant professors to leave their family behind and come and stand in the scrutiny for the whole day with unbearable heat in the month of May when the NEET is due, usually held. But the problem is the kids, the students are facing much more of a problem. I am here to point out that. I will just point out few problems which my son and daughter faced, but also compare to know that this is the same set of problems almost most of the centers the kids are facing. Let me start with first. This year actually the exam authorities, that's the NTA, after the fiasco, after the paper leak happened, now they have come and told there will be an extra 15 minutes for OMR filing. So basically the authorities have acknowledged that there is a problem which is existing and it needs to be corrected. But however good the rule is, unless it is effectively implemented on the ground, it is not going to take effect. Previously also, the students were supposed to go in much earlier. All the formalities were supposed to be completed at least 20 to 30 minutes before, and the students get their 180 minutes of time for writing NEET. See, this NEET is an aspiration for many students for years. They start somewhere around 8th standard, 9th standard. They have put in their 4 years of hard work and they come and write. And there are people who repeat it for years. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they waste. 3 years of time should not be wasted for a small fault of ours without even us knowing. So please, sir, the invigilators, the professors and assistant professors, please do the needful to make our kids feel more comfortable. That's all I would request from you. So coming to the first, the biometrics. The biometric often fails. I am not sure why it fails. There may be many technical reasons, but the students are all standing in a queue in a scorching May heat and biometric has failed and they have to stand there for 20-30 minutes. Not the ideal preparation to start for an exam. Right, you would agree with me on that. As a solution, the biometrics, the equipment can be checked the previous night itself and make sure everything is working, the connectivity is working. The authorities, the exam center authorities and the invigilators can make sure that the students are not made to wait in the scorching sun for hours together. Number 2, the identity verification also can be done in a very humane manner, particularly for the lot of reports saying that the girls were subjected to this treatment, that treatment. All that could be easily be avoided if we are treating them in a very clean manner. Number 3, what is to be done? The most important part is this 180 minutes. As a professor, as an assistant professor, as an invigilator, as an exam center authority, we need to make sure that all the 180 minutes are given to that student without fail. Not 1 minute more, not 1 minute less, but all the 180 minutes need to be. there should not be any disturbances to the student. Very often in cricket, you would have seen an IPL or in anything, if there is a drinks break, directly after the drinks break, there is a wicket falling. Very often you would have seen. Why I am telling you this is, if there is a concentration break, that will affect that student very much. So once we are going and getting a sign when they are actually doing some physics tough question, or we are asking them for a video verification during the test, that 180 minutes, that their concentration gets affected. They will try to get into that zone of solving everything without any disturbance. I think it is their right to have that 180 minutes to themselves without having any disturbance. As an invigilator, we should ensure that it should be done, because even 1 mark or 1 question may make the difference between the seat and the next year. That is 1 more year for them. And this also brings to the next question. See, because of the Neet requirements, students are not wearing any watch on themselves. So they don't have any way of knowing the timing. What happens is, the central time in the center is showing something else. In the exam hall, it is showing something else. In the invigilator's wristwatches, it is showing something else. They are not standardized, they are not normalized equally. So what happens is, that student doesn't have a way of knowing the time at all. So if the paper is given 10 minutes late, and if the paper is bought in with some other timing, the student has lost 10 minutes. They are prepared for an 180-minute examination, not for a 160-minute or 170-minute examination. So we have to give them that 180 minutes. This is the most important thing. And this is only the invigilators. This is not the government. This is not the Supreme Court. This is the assistant professor, wherever you are conducting the exam, wherever you are invigilator. This is within your right to do it. So I think you can give our kids this time without any interruption, without any noisy talking in the hall, which can disturb their concentration. That will be a great service to the exam going students. So similarly, now recognizing this only, the government or the NTA themselves are given 15 minutes extra for filling all the OMR related data and for signing. So we have to make sure that we are completing every formality within these 15 minutes and giving this 180 minutes to the student. This is what I request the invigilators to do. My humble appeal to every professor and assistant professor who takes on the invigilation duty. I know that you are not doing this for glory. You are doing it as a service. It's on a weekend. It's on a Sunday. Away from your family time. I respect that. But please also understand that what you are actually holding on that day. Every student in that hall has prepared at least 2, sometimes more. If it's a repeater, maybe 3-4 years preparing. Their parents have sacrificed sleep, money, peace of mind. Their mind is unstable. Their families have built their hopes around these 3 years. And these 3 or 4 years depend on those 3 hours. So authorities have actually given you 15 minutes extra to handle everything administrative. Please use those 15 minutes completely and well, so that when the exam begins, it begins cleanly, fairly and on time. Please do not delay in giving the question papers. Make sure that 180 minutes are given to each and every student, every single one of them. Make sure that be silent as much as possible. Do not be keeping beverages or tea or coffee, drinking that, because that might again affect them. I know it's very hard on a Sunday evening to keep awake and to do this, but it's the duty. We are all on the older side, the kids are on the younger side. Their mental instability is much more higher. Please, I am not asking anything special treatment, not any favor. It's only fairness. For 1 year of spending the time for preparing, for 1 year of putting, they need the deepest concentration for those 3 hours. It is not correct on our part to disturb them in those 3 hours. If you are an educator or an exam official who has watched this, thank you. Thank you for caring enough to listen. Please share this with your colleagues who are also invigilators. Just make sure there is one clock, one bell, one standard, 180 minutes, which is fully honored. That is the need every child deserves. Thank you. Jai Hind.